Organization is key. I know this because I grew up facing consequences to being unorganized as a junior editor. And it ranged from a pissed off director to projects being delayed in terms of delivery and getting handed to me. As an independent content maker, you probably might be aware of YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram's tendency to punish content makers by not ranking them up for their inconsistency of delivery. And if this happens to be one of the forces causing you to be inconsistent in your delivery, then I say you need to fix this pretty quickly. There is simply no excuse for you to be unorganized, especially if it's going to cost you time, focus, and energy. This video is going to present a tool that has certainly helped me over the years. It's pretty nifty, and I think you guys are going to like this. Okay, so traditionally, you look at the folders and you can, of course, give the project a number and determine who the client is, if it's an organization or it's personal. And you put the working title of the project and, of course, the date. Some people prefer to add an additional parameter here, like who was the last person that was working on the project, or as a matter of fact, who initiated it. The whole principle is that when you name it so that it becomes so blatantly obvious that when someone navigates through your folders, it is easy to tell what the heck's inside. So if I see this, I see logos, infographics, and images, I know what's inside. I go to sound, voiceover, sound effects, production sound, aka recordings and stuff, music, mixes. If I go over to PRJ, this is what I'm gonna find in terms of Vegas projects, and of course exports. If I go over to exports, well, I know for a fact that when I seek to preview the works that I've done prior to publishing them to YouTube or sending them over to a broadcaster, I'd like to see them in their quality. So first, I export to the review folder rather than the final, and that way I can see the project in all its flaws and glory. Before I head over to the tool that I'm using to speed up this process, let me just... So this is the dummy folder that I made, and there's a reason why I did this. It's because I want to make this into a template that I will use for each and every single project for the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to Paste here, which is the software in question. And these are the parameters which pretty much describe these. In fact, if I wanted to add one more parameter, let's say, an additional editor, I can go ahead and go to Preferences, go to Parameters, and just say, last initiated by... Did I even spell that right? Anyway, so I'm going to close that, and as you can see, you can type in whatever name you want. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this and show you how to use this structure as an example. I can go ahead and head over to Templates. I'm going to call this Annie's editing template. Obviously, I'm not going to be using this, so we'll be removing it later. I'm going to add import folder to structure, and I'm going to go ahead and click this, go OK, and lo and behold. So next time I make this, well, I can just create the project. Because it's a pain in the ass to navigate to the project folder, I just want to make a shortcut to the project folder on my desktop. So I'm just going to make this on my desktop. I'm going to go over to my desktop, cut, head over to the projects, and I'm going to paste it here. And lo and behold, the folders are done. I don't need this anymore. I can now work for and apparently these are the dummy. These are the names that I put in as a dummy folder structure for the parent name. And if I go in, it'll be exactly as you saw me make One last thing I would add is that it would be a good idea to also have an empty Vegas Pro template. So in this case, this is how I usually approach things. I would have a Vegas project that is empty in the project file. And you can easily make this by copying and pasting one, or you just go over and open Vegas and just save as in this particular folder and just import the structure all together. So that's it. That is it, and see you in the next video.